I'm going to show you how to make two different types of assignments. The first one is going to be used as a content page with no submission, and the second one is going to be an actual assignment where you do expect students to submit something. So what you're probably going to want to do is navigate to your modules, which will take you into sort of your course layout, and then scroll to the module that you want to work on. I'm going to be working here in the Thursdays with Adam module. So if I want to create a new assignment in this module, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate over here to the plus sign, and I'm going to indicate that I want to create a new assignment. You do have the option of choosing other things here, but again, I'm going to go with assignment. Since this is going to be a new assignment, I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to name this, and I'm just going to name this one as videos. You can name it whatever you'd like. You also have the option of indenting this so that it shows up differently in your modules, which is great for teacher organization. And maybe for some older students, I don't know how helpful it would really be for elementary age kids. So then you click add item, and you'll notice it shows up here, and it's not in green, which means it's not yet published. I always like to publish my content right away so that I don't forget. You do that just by clicking on the cloud. You can also leave it unpublished if you prefer to do that. Then I'm going to navigate to that page, and you'll notice that this says no content at this point. So the first thing I'm going to do is click edit. And since this is already titled videos, I'm going to leave it as is. And I'm just going to drop in a YouTube video here. So I would go into that, find a video that I'm looking for, and I can embed directly from here. And that shows up there. Now, since I want this to be an ungraded assignment or a no submission assignment, because I just want it to function as a content page at this time, I'm going to come down here and make sure that this is listed as no points. It's in the assignment group, but I'm going to display the grade as not graded, which eliminates everything else at this point. I could save right there, but I also have the option, if I'd prefer to leave this at the default points, I can still leave it as no submission here, which means that students don't have the option to turn something in, so that it will essentially function as a content page. But again, I'm going to go ahead and switch to not graded at this point. And then you click save, and that's really all you have to do to create an assignment that functions as a content page. And you'll notice that my video shows up here embedded, and this material down here only shows up for the teacher. This won't show up for students. Only what's inside the box will be available for students. Now, if I want to create an actual assignment, I can go back into my modules, scroll to where I want to be, and I can go ahead and click the plus button again. Still in assignments. It's going to be new again. And let's make this one how to make PB&J. Go ahead and add the item. Again, it's unpublished until I click the cloud and it turns green. I'm going to navigate to that page, click the edit button, and from here I have the content editor up here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in a header that says steps in sandwich making. You can put whatever you'd like in here. First step, get your bread. You get the idea there. Now, if I want, I can actually have students create something to turn in. So I can leave it as 0 points, or I can set it to be out of a certain number of points. I would recommend lots of times going with the GPA scale, because that gives you that 1 through 4 type of a thing. We're going to select a different scale here. We have lots of options for how we set this up, but you can use GPA scale, you can use percentage, you can use whatever you'd like. If it's just do it or don't do it, you can go complete or incomplete. You can also choose to have something count towards a final grade or not. But then here's where we want to give students the option to actually do something. So in the submission type, you're going to click here, and you've got 4 options. No submission, which is what we do if we want it to just look like a content page. We could do an online submission, an on-paper submission, which means they're going to actually be doing something paper and pencil, or we can use an external tool like Pearson or something to that effect. I'm going to choose the online option just to show you what's available here. You can have students type text directly as an option. You can have them give a website URL if they were doing research maybe. You can have them record a video or audio file directly in Canvas. Maybe if you're doing a running record or something like that, this might be a good fit. Or you can have them do a file upload where maybe they're working on PowerPoint and you want that to be the thing that they turn in. You have several other options here, which I won't go into at this time, including when to assign or who to assign to, when the due dates are, those kinds of things. And then you go ahead and click Save. And your content is available here. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like, I'm going to navigate into our student view so you can see the difference. So if we go into our modules again, and we scroll down to Thursdays with Adam, you'll notice these are our pages. The videos page is what we created the first time. You'll notice that if you look at this, there are no points and there's no due date and there's nothing to submit. There's usually, if there's a submission, there'll be a button up here that says Submit Assignment. You can watch the video directly from here. When that's done, you can navigate to the next page or go back to modules. Here is our actual assignment. Notice it says this assignment does not count towards the final grade. There is no due date. There's no points, and the options for submitting are here. When students are ready to submit, they just click the Submit Assignment button, and there are their options again. So if they were going to upload a file, they would choose a file from their computer here. If they're doing text entry, they get this type of a setup, just like you have when you're creating a page. Website URL is just as simple as typing in a URL. And recording media allows you to upload a video directly into Canvas. Here are some additional external options. So that is the difference between the two types of assignments that we're probably going to use the most often. I do want to point out that assignments are different than quizzes, and that's something we'll talk about later.